Hey guys, my name is Gavin and I'm the cinematographer here at Peppermint Films. And today I'm going to be going over how to achieve a day for night look on a budget using a simple little trick. What is day for night, you might ask? Well, it's basically the process of making daylight on screen look like nighttime. Sometimes it's not always practical to do a shoot overnight, so sometimes you just have to fake it. Whether that's you're covering up the windows or you're adjusting some of your camera settings, which we'll get into in just a minute. One of the most recent times that we've done this is on our Spec Ad that we just completed for a little vocabulary app. We had to do the whole shoot during the daytime, but one of the scenes, the main scene, takes place at night, so we had to figure something out. And good thing we've done this before. One of the most prominent being our short film, A Laughing Matter. We used day for night on that project in the same way, where we just kind of didn't have the time or scheduling to be able to complete these at night. So we just kind of have to go through and fill in the blanks with some day for night shots. It's a great trick to kind of save your time and manage time a little bit better. If you know you can get day for night for the same shot, then you may as well do it, because it's better than shooting at night, let me tell you.
How to dolly with a tripod. How to dolly with no problem.
Okay, then explain how you do it.
Don't do this. Yeah, it's like, this is horrible, actually.
All right, so for this first shot here, where she's kind of just doing some work on her computer, late night, burning the midnight oil, we had a pretty simple setup. We just had two lights, one being the Amaran 200X with the softbox on it, which is lighting me here. And then we also had an Aperture 300D with a little Amaran Spotlight SE on it, kind of providing a little edge light, a little hair light on her from camera left, just to kind of separate her from the background a little bit more, make it a little more interesting.
So we got the moonlight, we got our lamp, our real lamp, and then a nice hair light.
I recommend this app.
And through the window in the back there, that is all just natural daylight.
Clearly. Whoa. Very bright outside.
And the way that we achieved this to kind of make it look like maybe it's moonlight, maybe it's a little street light coming through at nighttime, is we just stopped down our camera. We had a little ND on the front and just adjusted it until we get the desired dimness that we want.
Okay, so how much have we stopped down?
Is that like day to day?
22.
Well, we're at 1.7 and then 4 stops.
I think the couch needs to go back further still.
And then since we have the two lights inside, we can kind of just raise those to compensate for the level that we lost in the foreground. You kind of just fine tune it for a little bit until you get something that looks balanced, something that looks somewhat close to nighttime. And then the next thing that we did is just adjust the camera's white balance. I think I had it set around 3200. So with the camera at 3200 and then the natural skylight being like 5600, it's gonna make the sky appear a lot more blue than it actually is, kind of selling that moonlight nighttime look. And then for the inside, we had our practicals and our key at like 2600, 2700 Kelvin. So those are still relatively warm on camera. It's all about just kind of playing around with it and fine tuning it until you get a look that you want. Whether that's adjusting your white balance, adjusting your ND, adjusting your iris, all of these things kind of play into creating that nighttime look. It takes a little bit of time to kind of find the right look, and it doesn't always sell the right way. Especially if your lights aren't powerful enough, it's not always gonna work perfectly. Even with what we had, ran into a few complications. We just couldn't really get the daylight super dim outside. So you just kind of find a nice middle ground where it looks believable enough to look like moonlight, and then the rest kind of just falls into place. And you can always fix this in the grade too, whether it's adding like a little power window on the window just to make it a little bit dimmer, raising the inside levels a little bit. That's the joys of doing things digitally.
I didn't realize you were putting a camera in.
So that about wraps up today's video. Hopefully you guys were able to take something from this. And if you do, and if you want to try it out on your own, please send us some screenshots of whatever you do. I'd love to check it out. If this is your first time doing like a day for night thing, or if I taught you something different, I'd love to see it. So thank you guys. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day. Have a good one. Bye.